No, but I learned on the Druid Tarot, and I've tried like Cat People Tarot, and I've tried all these different. She just did it again, and all these other different tarots, and she's trying to distract me, isn't she? And
I'm sorry.
No, I'm joking. I'm messing with you.
I'm not. I say keep it up.
No, but I do always go back to the Druid Tarot because that's what I learned on, and I'm very, very comfortable on that deck. So I totally get that. Do you do readings for like your friends and family regularly on a regular basis, or is it just kind of a hobby that you do, or?
Yeah, I don't know if I would ever like become a psychic as a profession personally. Maybe someday.
No money in it, is that?
No, I've just never thought of it. I'm sure there is money in it, trust me.
Well, compared to your current profession, I assume the one that you're currently in has probably way more money than, you don't know? No?
Well,
not lately?
Governor,
is the economy that bad?
Is the economy that bad?
Is it really?
That's a whole other story. I definitely hustle. I'll tell you that.
Oh, you know what?
I've
noticed.
hard.
I was gonna say I've noticed one thing about you, Ruby. You work just about as much as we do. No, I swear to God, every time I'm checking you out online or whatever, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing this, and I'm posting all the shit that I'm doing, and it's like if you could have two of you. One to do all the mundane things that you don't want to do, and the other one to have fun,
dishes.
That would be badass. That would be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I keep losing my mic.
No, I keep hitting mine with my fingernail. I'm sure that the people in the chat room really appreciate that.
Screw 'em, whatever. Yeah. Well, Ruby, first off, I want to say we're glad to have you on Ghostology tonight. It sounds like you've got you definitely won points with my wife here with the knowing the tarot decks and stuff. That was like, oh, cool. She's like really real. So okay.
Of course, she's really real.
No, I know that, but I'm just like there are people that wonder. Honestly, some of the questions that I get emails. I get too many emails. 50 to 100 a day sometimes. I can't answer them all, but whenever we announced that we were having you on the show. Wow, everyone is like, is she really real? A real psychic? Does she know bubble? And to hear you be able to talk the talk is really nice.
Thank you.
No, it is cool.
Well, what people don't understand about tarot is that you have to be somewhat psychic in order to interpret them correctly. I mean, you can, each card represents something, but then when you look at each card and its placement and in comparison, when you start, putting other cards against it and where it is in the spread, and
or if it's upside down,
yeah,
reversed.
if it's reversed, and all these different things, and then you have to be able to go intuitively. Yeah, that's what that's saying, because if you were to take those same cards and then just like mix them up a little bit, it's a completely different reading. And
absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree.
So what have you been up to this year? I mean, we're rounding the end of 2010. What have you been doing this year? Have you met the goals that you were hoping to meet this year? Yeah, so we'll start there.
Actually, I've been doing a lot of things this year, which I've been really happy about. Last year, I think 2009, I was trying to, work as hard as I can just to, get my name out there, of course, but, to show my work off and everything. And this year, 2010, it really took off. And I just happened to meet a lot of great connections through Twitter and, other social networks like MySpace and stuff like that. And, as silly as that's made me sound, I've met some great people.
No, it's not. It's not. That is not silly at all.
Like you guys, of course. That's not silly.
Well, we met each other online.
So there you go.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
We'll have to tell you about it sometime. It's so adorable.
But no. Okay, so marketing, social networking. Your name. I've actually watched you grow this year. I know I have. I seriously, it's like
he's cheating on me with you.
Yeah, I totally.
I always say, no, you have to share the porn. You can't just watch it by yourself. You have to share it.
No, I've watched you. Your post started the beginning of the year. I noticed. Oh, okay. Here, who's this Ruby Violence? The name alone. Where did the name come from? Is that just You just go, hey, that's badass. I'm so badass. Or what is that?
Yeah, because she is, isn't she?
She totally is.
Yeah.
I
kicked
don't
my
know
ass.
about that. I can be. I have my moments. Well, yeah. So many people ask me about that name because a lot of people assume because my last name's Violence that like I like to be like beaten up or
Bondage,
I have some sort of weird
S&M.
abusive fetish
Yeah.
or something crazy like that.
I dated that girl, by the way. I did. I did. She wanted me to, yeah, and I don't do that. To hit her, and I'm like, she wanted like real hard, like backhanded, No. No.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not my thing either.
So yeah. So the name Violence.
Well, I wanted to when I was thinking when I was coming up with the names. Like my first name was actually Ginger Snaps that I did my very first performance in, and Ginger Snaps was based off that cult horror movie actually.
Yep. Totally. Yep.
You guys know that I'm a huge ass horror lover.
Which is awesome. Horror movies are amazing. That's really the original reason why I contacted
well,
her.
and that's part. I actually have my notes here that you like Friday the 13th, Freddy versus Jason,
Yes.
Blair Witch Project, and of course Rocky Horror.
course.
Love Rocky Horror.
We're getting into some class here, but I have to say that you have got two of my favorites, Amelie and Shaun of the Dead, on here.
Oh
Yes.
yes.
And I'm just like, that's my girl right there. Love it.
So you just chose Violence just out of because of the genre of film you like, or?
Well, the Ginger Snaps I did, and I just thought it sounded cute at first. But then I wanted to change it to. I wasn't comfortable with it. I wanted to change it to something that fit me, and I was into I got really into a lot of Joanna Angel's work. Like the alternative work, like Burning Angels, and
Right.
I love the girls. I mean, I know a lot of the girls and that are Burning Angels.
They're
and
awesome.
Sweethearts.
They're
Yes,
awesome.
I love them. And I actually just saw Kate in St. John. We actually our latest DVDs with her and me, so it's really awesome.
That
Anyways.
is awesome. No, you got to promote this. Plug it. Yeah.
Oh,
It's all good.
no, I'll tell you about that. That's a big thing. That's a big thing. But,
That's why you're here. Come on.
to peddle myself, I know.
Yes, exactly.
But so I was kind of thinking of something kind of alternative because I wanted, because I have tattoos, and things like I just wanted something alternative, but I was thinking of names, and I thought of Violence because it kind of represents, for me personally, like everything. It kind of breaks the stereotypes of women for me, like how women are, they're supposed to look a certain way, like with the bleached blonde hair, and
Exactly.
the plastic surgery, et cetera, and and they're supposed to be sweet, and the guys, people try to take advantage of that, and just like things like that in that sense. And I coined the term violently sexy, and it kind of, yeah, and basically to me that represents like how women can do pretty much anything, you know what I mean? Like they could like be gorgeous and beautiful, but not fit the stereotypical type of like model, let's say. But even though, or they could be plus size or anything, in life or in love
totally.
horror, be gothic, and they could still be successful, and they still can model and still make a living doing it. So it kind of represents that, and I'm a big advocate on. Like I do not agree. Violence against women, I do not tolerate, and
Awesome.
I mean,
great.
I've always made sure I've always tried to make sure to like say that so people don't think like, oh,
Right.
you're just look what you're doing to women, you're disgracing them, things like that, But even though I've gotten that anyways for other reasons, but
Oh my God.
uh,
Well, no,
that's basically being formed.
No, that's cool. I love that. We're going to take a break. But what I want our listeners to do is private chat Anna Marie your questions. And what we'll do is when we go to a break, you'll be able to minimize this.
Right.
And you'll be able to go and read the questions, and we'll write them down. And any questions you have that are appropriate, we will pass them on to Ruby tonight.
And now let me just ask real quick so we can clarify for the chat room. Are you able and willing, or no? And a lot of psychics say no, can't do it. Do readings for people. If they ask you a question, are you able to do a reading, or are you strictly a tarot person?
I'm more a tarot person. I'm actually I'm actually learning to do readings, with other people like that aren't around me. But
Right.
I'm not gonna lie and say I'm a professional.
That's what I need to let the listeners know, so that they're not sending me, what's my love life going to be like in 10 years? So that way that we're not getting
Gotcha.
questions
Yep.
like that, but we're getting
Right.
more personal questions.
I thought you were about to ask her if she was ready and willing to show us her stuff, and I'm like going, wow.
I think if the price was right,
that's ballsy
yeah,
of you.
no.
I'm sorry, she's been working, all freaking week.
I know.
Okay,
So the questions you want to private chat to me are, personal questions for Ruby, and not psychic like reading questions. Okay.
Right, and
Got
again, she is she's an adult entertainer. I would say, and pretty well known. Watching her grow, I've watched your people like start following you. It's crazy because she started. I mean, she had her peeps, and they all do. It's like, oh, okay, Amber's got hers, and they're all like. Then they sort of cross pollinate and all. And the next thing you know, Misty's people are following her, and then all of a sudden she just like. I don't know what happened. You know what it is? I know what it is because I teach business marketing, and I know exactly.
Do tell.
She posts YouTube videos that are tantalizing and benign and fun, and it's the behind the scenes of what's taking place, and it wants you to go and see really what the product is. And she does that more than most of them. I mean, she's constantly updating us, but we'll talk more about that in a bit. But that is what she does.
Go get the sound.
Okay, I'm going to go grab this.
Go get the sound. And while you're getting the sound, I do have a question. You had mentioned that while you were in Oregon, and I'm from Oregon originally.
Oh,
so
really?
Yeah. So what part of Oregon were you in?
My uncle and aunt, they live in Lake Oswego,
Okay.
right near Portland.
Yeah. Well, now you may or may not have heard of the Dalles.
Yeah,
which
oh,
is-
yeah.
That's where I grew up, was in the Dalles.
Oh,
Isn't that
I lived
crazy?
there.
Yeah.
That's so
Lake
cool.
Oswego is beautiful too. It really is. So.
Yeah, I know. My mom and I are actually trying to plan a trip to go back, just for like a week.
Take
Because
me with
it's
you.
so green. I will totally take you with you. And we can do a double reading.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
It'd be so cool.
Let's do it. It's a date. That's great. So I'm looking over here at the sound booth, and I'm not getting a thumbs up yet. He's like, wait, just yeah. Excuses. You know what the real thing is? Okay, we're ready to go. I have to pee really, really bad. Okay, now that all of our listeners know that, we are ready. You are listening to Ghostology here on Fate Radio. We'll be right back.